Aloha and good morning. This mini lecture is going to be on, well, observing our thoughts, which is, well, sort of weird. Observing your thoughts. A lot of times we think that our thoughts are all our thoughts, instead of maybe they're not my thoughts, or maybe they could be sort of like twisted from my true thoughts. Remember, your thoughts are mostly derived from your emotions. Okay, as far as your emotions will guide the way your mind will be able to react. So if you're sexually activated, let's say, okay, what do you think you're going to think of? Not mathematical problems. And if you're really seeing fear, doubt, or uncertainty, what do you think happens? Well, that's what your mind sees and thinks, and it's only what it can actually experience right there at that time. So what we're really talking about is what is internally inside ourselves giving us many signals that are not ourselves. It's hard for most people just to be able to think about that. For example, are you hungry or are they? That's sort of a question to ask yourself, okay? Observing your thoughts. Are you hungry? Maybe. But what lives inside you that's seamlessly connected to what we call the nervous system is also sometimes, well, needing something. So once you figure this out, then you, well, have to start to observe your thoughts. Okay, observing your thoughts, then you observe, well, your actions, because thoughts are preconceived actions. Without a thought, you don't get an action. So it's very important for us to be able to really understand and observe our feelings and our actions. Are they really ours? Okay, or are they something else's? Not only parasites, but let's just talk about toxicity. Toxicity is a big one. Well, that means that, let's say you got poisoned, and you becoming poisoned, what it does is it causes your mind to be able to not think pure, not think synchronistic, okay? Toxicity, nervousness, okay? So, remember, observing our thoughts is really understandable until you clean your body. Okay, do you know what that means, really, to clean your body? Okay, it's not just to clean up, but it's to deaccumulate, how to remineralize, and then rebuild. And then once you rebuild, learn what to do with it. Remember, it's an evolutionary movement. Okay, observing your thoughts just opens up your mind to be able to really give yourself an idea, a possibility, that could it be true that other entities that live within my body, my galaxy, my flesh garment, okay, my machine, could they be influencing me in a way that I could not see, feel, hear, or touch? Of course, look up mind-controlling parasites. You'll see. Okay? So, disconnecting the body, learning the water fasting protocols, learning how to negotiate toxicity. Okay, toxicity is one of the biggest ways we get parasites. Toxicity is one of the biggest ways what we get is sickness. To me, my opinion, sickness is very simple. It's a dysfunctionality of many of the different terrains that we have. And I call these terrains the sort of the sum of the parts of the sum of the parts of the sum of the whole. Okay, it's all these little pieces, but they all work together. They're all interconnected. I call this terrain modification, to take about 50 different departments and just clean them up. Clean them up. Okay? Negotiate. Pots and pans. Change it up to a better non-toxic ones. Okay? Learning about, like I said, GMOs, detoxification. Then you have to learn about well, sidestepping everything from your personal care products and everything. But the big picture is, how do you deaccumulate? Remember, body fat's a parasite. Take your clothes off, look in the mirror, and look and see if you're infected. infected. Body fat is an infection. Okay, it's an inflammation. It's a clogging of the body, demineralized a part of the body. Okay, the body is remember, it's like a big filter. It's a big water jug, and if it gets clogged, what happens? You get fat. Okay, so that could be a new epiphany for you. You're not fat, but you're just clogged. You're demineralized. You're dehydrated. You're swimming in maybe toxicity, and it's accumulating in your body. Again, take your clothes off and look in the mirror and give yourself an examination. Okay, it's all personal. No one's there to watch you. Okay, but do turn around, squeeze your cheeks in the mirror, and just look and say, WTF, mate, what is that? I used to have that stuff. Okay, again, detoxification is one of the biggest parts of Earther Academy, is to learn how to decrease slowly the amount of toxicity, not only in your environment, your house, your just general lifestyle, but how to be able to deaccumulate, how to be able to rebuild the thyroid, give it its fuel that it needs. Okay, how to rebuild the gut wall flora, give them what they need. How to clean the skin and delouse the parasites that live in all our pores. All of us are loaded full of parasites. Okay, not only inside ourselves, but on our skin. If you do burn, that's because what lives on your skin is burning. 99 out of 100 times. What lives on your skin is burning. The UV burns these creatures. So if you scrub the creatures off and clean the pores with the skin cleaning protocols, then what do you think happens? Magic. Your skin now is finally starting to absorb D3. D3 is what actually keeps you beyond what you could understand what healthy is. If you don't make D3 or you are not absorbing it, then you got problems. Read the literature, you'll see. Most people are magnesium deficient, silica deficient, okay, mineral deficient in general, okay. They're deficient in iodine. These are deficiencies in most people. So fill these little areas, okay, fill them. Because if they're deficient in your system, you want to fill them up, okay. But what do? Well, learn. You have to learn. You're not going to go ahead and there's no magic pill to be able to change your life to make it better. And there's no easy way to be able to deaccumulate. You just have to learn. And it is baby steps at a time. We've done lots of videos on all these pieces. Earther Academy has the deeper layer of learning, practices, principles, and protocols. Hundreds of videos of upgrading, enhancing, and optimizing your world. Okay? Earthshift Products is where you get all the tools, wholesale, direct, and we do international shipping, Canada. Okay, you need a tongue scraper, and I wouldn't get the stainless steel one. Get our copper one. They're way better. We get them made especially. We've got lots of unique products, and the quality is surpassed by anybody else because also there's quality and there's price, and so we take both of those categories. So again, my family lets me do this company, and it's a big advantage for all of us that want to have everything under one roof. Instead of going to the health food store and paying up to 3 times as much. I see a small bottle of our minerals, and they're $30 in the health food store here in Hawaii. Okay, you get them for about $8. Okay, so that's the difference. Free shipping. And again, I'm not here to sell you stuff, but guys, you do need tools. You are a carpenter now, and now you have to practice your trade. You want to reshape your body, then you do need some tools. Okay, you just do. And not only the tools you need, but you need to go ahead and practice and learn. Remember, it's just like preschool. And once you learn it, then you can start to teach others simple protocols. But in the beginning, of course, they're not easy because you got to learn something. It's new. And you got to practice it. And then you got to stick with it a little bit so you can learn it. Don't just, do it for a few days. Remember, this is a minimum of 6 months just to get yourself so you're used to doing these protocols, practices, and principles. How to take care of the body. How to delouse, again, all the hair mites and different things that live in our scalp. Losing your hair? Watch our videos on that. You should see the people that have grown their hair back massively. Okay, anyways, we'll see you next time. Aloha, and practice away. All right.
Important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.